see that song didn't have lyrics. It is deliberate. Because I want to make some enemies this morning. See, some people, when they want to go out, they construct a building on their faces. First of all, they dig foundation, plaster it on the face. They do lintel on the face.
Then they paint.
Then they now paint everything. And then when they come back, they now look for shovel, spade, spade to be removing the building. And we are now saying our skin has problem. Anyway, it's not even for me. Especially another angle. Now, Christmas is very nearby. And some people are going to eat everything. And they are going to exfoliate and whatever other English
Carry on.
And then after that, they will now go to the doctor and say, I don't know what is wrong with my skin. How will you
Carry on.
We need to help you. We need to help you so that you are...
Why are you pointing?
Oh, so sorry. We need to help you so that at least adopt some healthy habits to take care of your skin. Because in the year ahead, it's 2024, inflation, and other matters.
No money to buy paint. And to dig foundation.
Well, to take us through some of the healthy habits that are necessary for us to have healthy skin, Dr. Cynthia Ibie joins us this morning. She is a consultant physician and dermatologist. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Let us start with misconceptions. Some people believe that unless they do all these things, they can't be fine. That's not the question. What are some of those misconceptions that people have about skincare that you often come across, in your practice?
Okay, I come across there's so many of them, but I will just narrow down to a few very common ones. And one of them is that for skincare to be effective, a lot of people feel it has to be very expensive, or the more expensive it is, the more effective it is, which is not always true. It can be simple, cheap, and then still as effective. Okay? Another thing that I find commonly is that men feel that they don't require skincare.
Some men.
A lot of times.
Okay.
Also, I find out that a lot of men feel that they don't need to moisturize their skin. Sometimes I have people who walk into my clinic, and then you ask, especially the men, most of the time, what do you use on your skin? They say, nothing. Nothing. Do we need to use any moisturizer? Moisturizers, therefore women, it's women that moisturize their skin. Sometimes I just find that so ridiculous, and I take my time, explain to them that it's all the same skin. The woman's skin is the same thing as your skin, Also, I find out that a lot of people also have this notion about if you have oily skin, you don't need to moisturize, which is not true. Because if you don't moisturize your skin won't be as hydrated as it should be. It will be dry, and of course, this would even make the skin get more dehydrated in the process, So you have that. So it's always, those are the common things that I find. Also, there's this thing or rave about using harsh sponges in terms of to scrub the skin.
They have come.
And I say to them that this skin is not more shaki. It's the skin, we need to treat it with care. So you find that people using harsh sponge, the strong ones, to scrub the skin. Also the use of, so many times I find they feel that they have to use antiseptics too in the bath water, for it to be clean. which is not true.
You
know, what it does, even most of the time, is that those antiseptics in the bath water, they disrupt the normal pH of the skin. Of course, that pH is protective. So by the time you have that happening, you even have the skin more being prone to different certain infections that it shouldn't be. So those are part of the things we've been talking about, trying to correct it and all of that. So we hope.
So on a day-to-day basis, what are the few tips you can give us to keep our skins healthy?
Okay, that would be first and foremost hydration. So drinking a lot of water. Okay, they say water is life. Water will plump up the skin. Water keeps the skin well hydrated. Besides that, exercising as well, that can improve blood circulation, okay, improve the overall appearance of the skin.
Exercising affects the skin.
Yes, so we also have eating fruits and vegetables as well is good. We have fruits which contain vitamin A, rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. We have the citrus-containing fruits, which contain vitamin C, vitamin A, things like carrots. They also help as well to make the skin glow. So doing that as well. And also we should always, hydration, always emphasize. I see so many people sometimes, you look at their skins, you know, you have, especially this weather, we can see that the harmattan is out. So we need to moisturize our skin very well. Those are the few tips. Also, sunscreen, sun protection, I would say. So as opposed to just using a sunscreen. I would say sun protection, the sun hat, wearing goggles, you know, we need to protect our skin, and then using a sunscreen. There's this notion that sunscreen is meant for only the whites, the Caucasians, and not the black. That we, yes, quite all right, we have melanin protecting us, but everyone needs to use a sunscreen, okay? And how should it be used? Every 4 hours at least. The sunscreen should be reapplied on exposed areas, the face, the arms, you know, just to protect our skin.
So is that why some people look like they have, let me not use those, you know, yellow and brown into knuckles and all those things?
No, so that has to do with a variety of factors. There are different causes. Some might have used some skin lightening creams, which we find commonly, containing hydroquinone, possible. Yes, so a lot of times, mainly what they've used, or maybe even internal diseases. You know, it's more.
But did we not hear at one time that bleaching creams containing hydroquinone were banned in this country a few years ago? Or maybe it's wishful thinking on my part.
Yes, but we still have some hydroquinone containing cream circulating around. I don't know how it gets in, but we still.
There's only one way. We should be asking NAFDAC
and customs,
especially about
very
those.
Much.
Okay. Yes. You know, but so sometimes all somebody needs to hear is that this thing works. There was a time the only thing I heard about skincare was aloe vera. And people consumed, drank, you know, ate, rubbed on the body and all those things. So what are some of those seemingly surprising or unconventional things that people do in the name of skincare?
So I've seen all sorts of things. So in the name of skincare, some people use palm oil. We've had that, but palm oil is, yes.
To do what?
To stain your clothes.
For the skin. Yes, so we have all of that.
No, wait. Please. So someone will go into the kitchen, right? Scoop some red oil in some container.
Yes.
Either the light part or the bottom part.
Yes.
And put it in and use it to rub their bodies.
Yes, they do that.
Is it supposed to be good for the skin?
Palm oil is good, but not. It has to be processed, you know, because there are some impurities as well, which could be. So it's good for the skin. Shea butter, it just falls in the range of shea butter, palm oil, you know, and coconut oil too, but mainly for the hair. Coconut oil is mainly for the hair. Some people use it for the skin as well. Okay. Also, what we find a lot of times that people do unconventionally is that they have this once they notice anything on their skin, they go to buy these creams. There's some creams that we call Gbogbonise triple action creams. We find it a lot, yes. It's quite rampant now. So they do this, they use it on their skin. Some of them even use it as body creams. And a lot of these creams contain steroids in them. So we find them do that and before you know, once they have a rash, they use that. They must have used it for a while, and then they walk into your clinic, of course, with even the worst, whatever they had before had gotten worse, you know. And sometimes what these creams do a lot of time is that they even mask the way that the normal skin lesion is supposed to look like to help us to get to a diagnosis. So they just mask that way, you know. So we have that triple action. It's very, very, it's like a go-to for a lot of people. Once they notice anything, they go purchase it and then use it.
Okay, I want to stir the hornet's nest. Generally, some people want to help God to make their bodies look better. Sometimes. So it could be the attack, could be the defense, could be any other part of the body. They just want to, it's not enough. So they believe that maybe if they just have a little more, it could just make them look more marketable and those things. How impactful are those things on the skin and general well-being of the individual?
Mr. Makinde, okay. So I would say that for a lot of people, usually doing all of these things, for some people, I don't want to, you know, cross, but I would say that some desire to look better. Some might be as a result of low self-esteem. But I would say in doing these things, it has to do with you doing it with someone trained, because there are different complications that might arise from this procedure. So I wouldn't say that they are bad. That's why I said you need to think of the person involved in terms of the psychological, the self-esteem and all of that. But it depends on where you go to do it. There are complications that arise with every procedure. This is one of them, but I would not say that they are bad.
Are they sometimes recommended, medically recommended for some people?
Besides obesity, which if he has posing a hazard to the person's health, yes. Okay. But besides that, we don't recommend the body works or the cosmetic surgery, except it depends on the individual. But it's not something that we recommend.
That leads me to this question of finding the right treatments for your skin. You know, you said it, you know, the other time, some people believe that once you have oily skin, there is only one kind of treatment that you can give to your body. Do you think people find it difficult getting the right skincare products for themselves? How do you advise them to navigate?
Okay, so navigating through this, I would say first and foremost, the most important thing is knowing your skin type. That is the first hurdle, you know.
So how many of us do?
So that is why you need to consult with a dermatologist. So there are different skin types. You have the oily skin, you have the dry skin, you have the combination skin, you know. So, and the sensitive one, they are the sensitive. So you need to, not one stone fits all. For example, someone might have both dry and sensitive skin. You know, two people might have both dry, and then another one might have a sensitive skin. You understand? Atopy, those ones have really sensitive skin. One might have a dry skin. You can't use the same products to fit those people, or the same skincare products. So it's not really one stone fits all. It's identifying the right skin type in the first place. Okay, that's the. Also in I noticed that a lot of times I ask a few people who have come into my daily practice, what are you using? A lot of them, there's this rave about using the organic. So they tell you I'm using organic cream or organic, and a lot of times they don't know the constituents of what is in the organic product. So I think navigating through this, people should as well pay attention to what ingredients, you know, they are using, and not just that I'm using organic cream and they don't know, half of the time they don't know. And also knowing the skin type. And knowing their skin type, of course, they need to consult with a dermatologist to know what skin type they have.
So how do you even know what skin type you have. I know, I'm not, don't worry, they will still call you, but I've heard this. There are some people, just as you mentioned, they have 2 or 3 different types of skin. The facial skin,
yes,
the body is dry,
different,
yes,
and all those things. And then some people, for whatever reason, there's a part that is African, there's a part that is Caucasian of their own same body.
That is called Coke body Fanta face.
I didn't say it too. It's not me. So how do people identify? Because some people will just say, I'm using argan oil, and then you just rub it on this part and rub it on the face, rub it on every other part, and then after some time, the skin begins to look like she described. I didn't say it.
So for those ones that have oily skin, for some people, they really have, we call the T-zones, very oily T-zones around the nose, so they have that oiliness, such that if they use a blotting paper, so you could find that they have oily. And then for the dry skin, you just find out they're very dry. A lot of times they get really ashy, For those group of people, they are classified as having dry skin, while the combination skin might be a combination of mixed. So you might have some people might have some areas of patchy dryness around the face, and then the oily T-zones.
Wow.
So with those people, you really need to sit with the dermatologist. What are we using? Look through the product. It could be a challenge sometimes, but at the end of the day, we get through. So they still need to consult.
What are the consequences of not consulting?
Consequences of not consulting is that you might purchase something that is not right for your skin, and at the end of the day, it will irritate your skin, of course, and lead to an irritant dermatitis.
Okay. When you were opening, you spoke about moisturizing. So is it only a person who has dry skin who moisturizes? No.
Certainly not.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Okay. So how does one determine the kind of moisturizer? I recall I watched a television program once, and the anchor stressed that she moisturized about 5-6 times every day. So if one has to moisturize so many times a day, how does one determine what to moisturize with?
Okay, I would give you an instance. For example, if I had someone who had dry skin walk into my clinic, and we had this issue of dry skin, what do I moisturize with? For those with dry skin particularly, I will look for some certain ingredients. They can contain mineral oil, but particularly I'll be urea. There are some agents that are very good for dry skin, such as urea. So I want to be sure that, does it have urea in it? In what percentage does it have? Depending on how dry the skin is. For some people, I might use as high as 10% urea or 5% urea. So that's an example of something. If you have dry skin, what you should look out for. Yeah. In terms of other people, if you have oily skin, I would say more of lotions that can dry up quickly, or gels, as opposed to using a cream which oily, so oil-free moisturizers, oil-free lotions on the face, more for those group of people.
When you were speaking earlier, you talked about the function of exercising. You will help us understand how exercising helps your skin, one. And then the Yuletide is here. It's going to be, and you have told us the first time you came, you talked about the place of nutrition on skincare, on good skin. So speak to us about those two. Okay.
So for exercising, what it does basically just improve blood circulation, helps the skin to glow. Okay. In terms of skincare, the Yuletide and the Harmattan, that has been a topic that has been going on around. Before I came here, we spoke about it yesterday on our forum. So in terms of navigating really with the weather and skincare, I would say this Yuletide and the Harmattan, I would advise that, especially since it gets really dry, one of the helpful tips we could do this period, a cup of baby oil. we don't really use buckets this time, but I mean, back for some people who still use the buckets and water, but a cup of baby oil or a cup of olive oil in the bath water does a lot in helps in terms of moisturizing the skin. Okay, one other useful tip is after having a bath, usually we advise, especially at this season, to just, as opposed to drying the whole skin, you could just dab some area so that you leave some moisture on your skin, and when you're moisturizing, it locks in. So you get a better moisturized skin that way, as opposed to drying up all your skin. Okay, other things that could help this weather is not using hot water per se, because the more, if you use hot water for the skin, the more it dries out. You have that drying effect, or strips the skin of moisture.
I don't think you're being kind.
No, it's
cold.
You can use, but if you use hot water, it strips the skin. So lukewarm water is fine. That's what and once you have your bath, you moisturize as well. So you can do that up. And we have Vaseline. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Shea butter, we've started incorporating that, especially at this period.
Shea butter is becoming expensive now because everyone is using it.
Yes, everyone is using it.
They have started making it more expensive.
So shea butter, Vaseline, very good. This period, a lip balm, because the lips can get really dry and chapped. So you could have that with you in your pocket and then moisturize. Yes,
would you advise somebody who is in winter to bath with lukewarm water?
So the hot water is too dry, maybe a bit tepid, but the hot water has that drying effect really on the skin. Okay. Understand? Maybe in between, but not hot like you see sometimes.
Okay.
So in between.
You've spoken about the peculiarity of Harmattan in this season. How about food that people are going to be eating, both the good, the bad, and the other one?
Okay, for food, I would say that...
How does it impact on...
What I say a lot of times, I tell, is that you are what you eat. So putting garbage in, garbage out. So you must eat clean and right. So part of the foods, I mean, we have fruits and vegetables, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. So we have carrots, we have, in terms of fruits, avocados, good for the skin, citrus-containing fruits. We have berries, oranges, they as well as good. So incorporating vegetables and fruits into our diets as well. We have the ugu, the locally produced one. Like we said before, not everyone can afford broccoli. So we can incorporate that. But the foods, yes, they play a long role. And back in the days, someone had, if you notice back, our parents, forefathers and all, they used to eat a lot of fresh food from the farm, and then you notice...
Farm to table distance is very short.
Yes, so then a lot of, them glowing skin. So we eat doing that. Just that now we have so many people with eating processed foods. Not everyone has incorporated the eating vegetables and fruits. So if we could, that's one of the things. So vitamin A, C, E, selenium too is good for the hair, for the skin.
Where does one get selenium?
From fruits too. You can do that.
Okay.
You can get.
What about eating fast food or junk food?
No, fast food, please. But you see, the fast food, when you eat fast food, it will your skin will grow up fast. Abi? What? It's fast. Everything's...
Not healthy, right?
Not healthy, but...
But what?
I mean, some of us are guilty of it once in a while.
Okay, this is what the classic case of physician heal thyself.
Once in a while.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it's okay once in a while, but don't make it a habit.
Yes, because I mean, some people, all the time, okay. So moderation is what we don't understand sometimes. But
moderation is an English word, and that's where it stops. Just a quick one. Caring for children. Sometimes paying attention to their skin is also an issue, and it's easy for a mother to panic when she sees one little thing on the skin, on the hair skin, on the body of the child, and all of that. What should be a mother's first reaction in such cases?
once she sees
any seemingly disturbing thing on the child's skin?
To consult her dermatologist.
No quick fix.
No quick fix. It's always better to consult a professional, because by the time they do quick fixes, I gave you an instance of triple action. It's called Gbogbonise. It has an anti-inflammatory, it has antifungal, it has antibacterial. So Gbogbonise means that we don't know what it is, but whatever is here, we'll just attack it. So the quick fix can be a problem. So the best thing is to consult a dermatologist.
Do not say, I didn't tell you. You have heard. Thank you so much for coming this morning. Good thing she's not warning us not to eat chicken and all those things.
No, she just said, eat well and eat, eat healthy.
Okay.
Whether at Christmas or any other time.
You're happy today?
Okay. Sorry.
Are you sure it's not what you
Your question is choking me.
Dr. Cynthia Ibie, consultant physician and dermatologist, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's how I help some people to keep quiet. We'll be right back for the home stretch.